Hey, how is it going? So in this pandemic, we have been stuck at home. I don't know where you are in the world watching, but here in Malaysia, it's MCO 3.0 and it has been continuing for 2 years. And for keeping sane and keeping productive for your work or your studies, it's a good advice to keep a good productivity setup and a good productivity desktop. So in this video, I'll be showing to you my productive setup which I made for both for my work, for my studio and for my studies. If you're new here, I am Amal and I'm a full-time expat here in Malaysia, as well as I'm a part-time MBA student here in University Science Malaysia. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel and let's get started. So again, to keep you sane and productive, it's always necessary to have a good setup and a very quiet environment to keep you productive and for you to know what you're doing and to keep you focused on what either you're studying or you're working. Because many of us are either stuck at home and you need to share your apartment probably with your family members, with small kids, and sometimes it can get really frustrating. You need to have a special dedicated room for you to concentrate on your work and your studies, and that's advice number one. So one of my first upgrade I have made was this Logitech mouse. It's an MX Master 3 mouse. It's quite an overpriced, I will say, and actually but it really helped me to be productive among different devices I'm using. It's connecting wirelessly and it can connect to the three devices like illustrated here, if you can see. So there are three devices, you can differentiate between them. And then, for example, if you are working on a Mac and you're working on a Windows laptop, so automatically you can just transfer the mouse settings to the Windows, and then with the click of a button, you can transfer the settings back to the Mac, for example, you're using. And as well as multi-devices. For example, you can use it on an iPad or you can use it on a Mac at the same time. And then there's like hot corners where you can install the app where you, for example, you drag the corner of the mouse and it will automatically sync to your other device. So another good feature that I really liked about this mouse, despite of having two scrolls, one scroll is here and another scroll is on the left side of your thumb, so for you to actually scroll the thumb with your thumb. So why it have been very useful for me is working. I always use it on Excels most of the time. So if, for example, you're really tired of scrolling, you can actually change the setting and scroll it much more faster because it has this type of mechanism, that unstoppable scroll, and as well as like a traction scroll. As well as on the left side, it's really nice to have is if, for example, you're editing videos and you want to drag across your timeline and see the view, and it really helps in this sense. So for example, if you're editing on a Final Cut, you can assign what every button does. For example, for this, for me and my Final Cut, I'm using it for scrolling throughout my timeline, and there's additional two buttons, and here another button, really useful if you want to call in any command or use them as any hotkeys throughout all the softwares, and you can specifically dedicate a button and what will it dedicate for that software. So so this mouse is quite overpriced, but it's really worth your money and your investment because it really saved me a lot of times on scrolling, dedicating the buttons. So I do not really need to type on my keyboard or sometimes or find a function on the laptop, but I can dedicate any button there and I can just get the work done. So another upgrade I made is this Keychron K6 mechanical keyboard. So watching all the YouTubers like Ali Abdal and Sinbad from the YouTube, their reviews on this keyboard probably it was different keyboard, but I saw how many YouTubers are now going and testing out all those mechanical keyboards. So mechanical keyboards have really improved my typing speed. I do not know how it does, but that comfort of clicking made me motivate to actually type faster and type more and more comfortable. When you hear that clicking sound, it actually improves your typing in a way. So I can really assure you that it will really motivate you to type longer emails, and for example, or longer scripts for your video or a book you're writing, for example. It really have helped me a lot. And as well, with the commands, you can shift between the devices. For example, like command Q will be for first device, command W will be for second device, and command E will be for third device. So at the same time, it has a memory of remembering all your 3 devices. And if, for example, you want to just take it and watch for example, work it on your laptop, or you want to work it on the Mac, or you want to work on the iPad as well, it can just dedicate that hot buttons for these 3 devices. So moving forward, is also has good RGB lighting. So for example, if many of you are working in the dark and you can type, they're very I wouldn't say it's good. RGB lights is only good also for gaming, but it's also kind of interactive when you are typing, for example, an email, and then for example, you press the button and that light pops up. It really motivates you to actually type faster and more interactive. So in the beginning of the pandemic, I have been having a very old sort of monitor. I don't remember, it's like in the HP series. So it was used as mainly as my secondary monitor at my work, and I brought it home. And within time, I realized that it's really counterproductive staring at 2 monitors at the same time, be it my laptop and then tilting your head. And every time you do it, actually, it's not only good for, in terms of ergonomics, it's also not good in terms of your productivity. So I got this Samsung 28-inch UHD monitor. It's also good for gaming, as I say, and it has a good refresh rate. So for example, if I'm dragging mouse between my monitor and my laptop, there's no lag. So when there is no lag, it really improved my productivity in a way, because the higher the refresh rate, for example, the faster the cursor is moving of the mouse, and then or the transition between the windows is really fast. So it really doesn't like glitch in a way, so it like motivates you to do the work faster. So forgetting to mention about the king of my productivity upgrade has been a Mac Mini M1. So that Mac Mini M1 is a really game changer for me. I bought a basic version of it, which is like that has literally none updates, but throughout working with it for about 5 months, but anything I throw at it, be it is photo edits, be it video edits on Final Cut or Premiere Pro, it has been taking it really good in a faster moment and response, and it never crashes. But also there are some side effects. As I'm doing my research now, I need to install certain softwares for my reference, like Mendeley, and it's not available actually in the market to install it. So you need to use the third-party apps, and then you need to downgrade it. You need to find a way how to actually make it work, because not many apps which are integrated in the back system of, let's say, for example, that they were created for Intel chip, now they cannot work with the Mac M1, for example. So you need to really find your way. So that's the only disadvantages it has. So moving forward to my LED lamp. So I'm using a Xiaomi LED mini lamp, so which is good also for reading. This lamp is good because it helps me to have that concentration mode. For example, I can set it for my work, or for example, when I'm reading the book, it's really comfortable for the eye. It has that yellow warm light. And another update that I did not notice that how really changed my productivity is this Sony XM4 noise cancelling headphones. So basically, when I had actually the normal headphones and I used to hear the external sound, like for example, like the roads, or for example, if you're living in an urban area, there are traffics which is really loud, or for example, your neighbors will be drilling the wall while you're walking from home, or the kids will be making noise. So it really helped me actually to cancel those noises. So whenever I really need to concentrate on something, it's a really game changer when you really can cancel the noises outside. and no noise can actually enter inside your ear, and you can just play music, or for example you can play a podcast, or for example you're on your call and you do not need a distraction. This is a really game changer. It can really make you focus, and I'm not sure about how it can play on you, because some people are really not comfortable to have the noise cancellation for too long, like for example my wife. So moving forward, one of the things that I have not upgraded is my table, which I don't think that many of us really need the elevating ergonomic table, for example the mechanical table that where it elevates and you need to stand and you need to work on it. So because in my opinion, better invest in a good ergonomics chair. I invested in this steel case chair. So it has this elevating arms, and then it can elevate towards the table, and your arm can really feel comfortable holding the mouse. So it's not too low, and you can really adjust towards the edge of the table. So that's how the law of proper ergonomics is supposed to work. And it also has the memory foam, where it remembers how you used to sit and how's the shape of the back you have, and it has a really good back support. So for me, investing in a better chair is a game changer rather than your table, because trust me, in many of the times, if you think you will be working standingly, it's actually really not comfortable. Anyway, you will just bring down the table to the comfortable zone and then you will working. So if you have a tight budget, just prioritize on a chair first, I will say, and then on a table. So one of the other upgrades I made, which is right on my bag, is this IKEA pegboard. So where it's just like vertical standing, and then every plugs you put there, for instance, it can be really useful for putting your headphones, putting some of the remotes, putting like cables and other items that you really do not want to put it somewhere like in your drawer or in the suitcase, and then you need to see it somewhere. So here you just hang it, you just place it, it's visible and it's very fast. So it really improved my sort of like productivity in terms of not searching for the item or me knowing where it is, and I just can just straight away pick it up from there. So another upgrade I made for the table was my microphone and the microphone stand. I got an Rode NTG mic, which is perfectly standing towards me, and whenever I want to record the video for better sound quality. So this really not improves my productivity in a way, but it really helps me to be on the call, for example, and people to hear me clear. So for example, if I want to put the noise cancelling headphones, and sometimes the mic here is not really good. So if let's say I want to be sounding clear in my calls, I'm using this mic, and I do not need to waste my time and saying, can you hear me clear, because I know they really can hear me clear. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to my channel. I'll be reviewing about my studio/office environment. In my next video, I'll be reviewing all my video setups, my camera, my lights, and everything else I do for recording these videos. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys at next.